What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gung-Fu Super Bros podcast, the number one podcast for Kung Fu, martial arts, and pop culture. Once again, I am not even... Whoa. I see a Cactus Jack. I see a Mankind. Enrique, you were supposed to be Mr. Sacco. We obviously don't have Dude Love. What the hell, dude?
Well, first of all, I don't know what any of these people are or who they are, so I don't know what to tell you.
How dare you, sir? This was a poster on some kid's wall for years.
Was that kid you?
Maybe. No. The level of disrespect for Mick Foley right now.
I'm sorry. I don't. You guys know this. It's been established. I don't know much. So, are you surprised?
The one time we asked you not to break kayfabe, and here we are. Great. We never asked you not to break kayfabe. The one time.
Now, we okay. So look, listen. Let's get into this a little bit. I was supposed to be a sock. Everybody, I still haven't. I don't know what that means. Can you please explain to me why I was supposed to be a sock?
Well, the one thing in common that Mick Foley has is that he has a sock that he pulls out of his pants,
like a tube sock, like a white tube sock.
A white tube sock that has a little goatee, little eyes. And then he pulls him, very wholesome, pulls it out of his pants, then puts it in the mouth of a dude, and then that dude goes to sleep. I don't understand what the difficult part is.
It's a stinky sock?
No one said it's a stinky sock. Mr. Sacco has his own power, right? If Mr. Sacco ran for government in Georgia, he'd probably win. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
That could be.
I mean.
So, wow. All I have to say is wow. You look.
What do you?
You know what?
What do you think,
Steven?
You
look so ridiculous right now, Enrique. You look so ridiculous.
I'm dressed as a wannabe Formula One fan. Okay, that's what I am.
As a wannabe fan?
Yeah,
not even a wannabe. Not a wannabe driver.
No, just a fan. I'm too fat to be a driver. I couldn't fit into those cars. So Stevens, who? Okay, so tell who. Are, so okay. Abarca, who are we here? Tell me again.
Well, obviously, I am one of the three faces of Mankind, of Mick Foley. I am Mankind. Super producer Stevens, wherever she's at, I don't know, left or right, is Mick Foley.
And this is the same guy?
As Cactus Jack. Yes. Mick Foley, the wrestler, is a New York Times best-selling author. He is...
This is
true. He is a Santa Claus in the winter.
Yep.
And he goes to conventions, and his real mission in life is just to spread love, man. Just smile and spread some love.
And so he plays these different characters as a wrestler?
Well, characters? These are parts of his persona, man. Is Hulk Hogan a character? No. Is Ultimate Warrior a character? No.
I think so.
No, they are real. Listen, brother, take your vitamins.
The way you understand it, Enrique, I think is good.
Okay.
But yes, he does have three personas and a sock friend.
That's right.
And a sock friend, and I was supposed to be that sock.
You were supposed to be the sock.
Super producer Stevens, can we see how many times he's been heavyweight champion of the world?
Let me look that up.
How many times the script writers have made him the heavyweight champion of the world?
How dare you?
Hey, that doesn't mean he's not an athlete and can throw people around.
I absolutely no denial there.
4-time world champion.
4-time world champion, son.
11-time world tag team champion.
With The Rock, the greatest superstar, the biggest superstar in the world right now, Black Adam.
And a 1-time TNA Legends champion.
I mean, my dude, the level of disrespect.
So, what was the the writers of the shows? What was their reasoning for changing his look?
First of all, there are no writers. What are you talking about? Do not break the kayfabe, man. All right. First of all, sports,
he wasn't in AEW, so you can't break the kayfabe.
Sports entertainment. They are sports entertainers. They're not wrestlers. They're sports entertainers. They are the greatest showmen on earth. You thought it was P.T. Barnum? No, it is the WWE wrestlers.
Yeah, they're good. They're good actors for sure.
Now, check this out. This Mankind had a match with the Undertaker. Are you familiar with the Undertaker?
Yes.
Okay, so it was a Hell in a Cell match. They climbed to the top of the cage, not expecting that they're going to go up there. It's obviously not meant to hold their weight. Mick Foley gets thrown through the cage, down onto the floor, into barbed wire. One of his teeth comes out of his nose. Like he is known for a hardcore wrestling.
It goes up and then out.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He probably felt that in the morning, huh?
Oh, he feels it every single day. He doesn't necessarily enjoy telling the story again because he's written about it multiple times. But he will answer the questions, man. His third persona is this hippie named Dude Love, man. And he's all about love. Ooh.
I'm seeing the tie-dye shirt, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Big old white boots.
And the blue pants.
WWF or E has an event called the Royal Rumble, where every wrestler gets to come in and wrestles and goes in the ring, and they are out. When they're thrown out of the ring, they are literally out. So Mick Foley came out 3 times in one day. So he got thrown out 3 times
in one match.
In one match, and you got to see all 3 personas of Mick Foley.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He runs backstage and changes persona.
Gear. So is he still doing the damn thing?
He honestly he goes to cons and take pictures and is like a mall Santa when he wants to.
He's very cool, like level-headed dude, and we saw him in at the greatest. It was the greatest little spook convention, wasn't it?
Little big spook convention in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. He's so just friendly and pleasant and good natured and just seems to like fun, and he answers people's questions. He's very open about. Yeah, he just seemed like a cool dude and was happy, but you could tell he's feeling everything he ever did.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure he is, and every morning it probably gets worse.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, guys, enough Mick Foley talk. Folks, it is Halloween. Woo! If you are listening to this episode, or Day of the Dead. We don't have costume. We don't have Coco costumes unless Enrique has something different planned.
Sorry, I don't know.
Okay,
are you gonna disappear and go change your persona?
He's not Enrique de la Cruz.
If this was a really good podcast, if we were really good at what we do, we probably would have planned that, huh?
How dare you?
Hey, this is a really good podcast.
What?
How dare you?
all 7 listeners deserve some love.
You know what?
If we learned anything from Mick Foley,
that's my bad. Yeah, you're right. Those seven listeners would disagree with me for sure. Yeah.
But so obviously you are dressed up in your Formula One gear.
I'm just wearing a hat. It's just a hat.
Is there a race today?
And the chonies?
In Mexico. So this is a Checo Perez hat, and so he's the only Mexican driver in Formula One, and the race this weekend is in Mexico. So I'm rooting. I'm not necessarily a Red Bull fan, but I'm a Checo fan, so I'm rooting for him to win this weekend.
Nice. So obviously we're not super huge sports people. Sports entertainment, yes. But Enrique, I know you love sports. Orozco loves sports. Are there any superstitions that you guys follow when you played back in the day in school or now?
Yeah, for me, more when I was playing in school, growing up, I had a lot of superstitions. It was to the point where I would shower in the same order, like head, body, or whatever. I would do it in the same order because I felt like if I did it any
shoulders,
different,
knees, and toes.
because if I didn't, then I was not gonna have a good game, especially on game day, right? Like you get up and I would shower in the morning. So if I had a game that day, I'd be like, okay, and I just would make sure to do that. During games, I would have my little routines just with like my batting gloves or whatever. I wasn't one of those where I wouldn't step on the foul line or stuff like that. But yeah, there were certain things that would trigger my mind to just kind of do repetitive. I didn't wear like old socks or didn't wash my socks or stuff like that. I didn't do stuff like that, but
we know Yvonne does, right? Yvonne wears same jersey, same whatever. What's his
like
outfit?
as a fan.
Yeah.
I do have an LAFC hat that I wear. That is a lucky hat for LAFC games. So that I kind of still do. But it's one of those where for me it just comes at the moment. Like I don't think about it. Like I'm gonna try to wear. It'll be like we won with this. I noticed we won with this hat the last 2 times. So I'm like I'm gonna keep wearing the hat, and I just do that.
Do you still shower in the same way?
No, because I'm not playing anymore. So
that was when you were playing. Okay,
that was when I was playing. Yeah.
Not a fan routine.
No, not a fan routine, more of a player routine. Yeah. Gotcha. But yeah, I would make sure I would always shampoo my hair first before I clean my body. So it was basically that, and I wouldn't do it the other way around. So.
That's crazy. No, I've heard stories that Michael Jordan, was it his shorts or the socks that he didn't wash?
A lot of them, don't wash the socks. Yeah.
But I think Jordan still had the shorts, like the North Carolina shorts underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a little much.
Yeah. I would wear the same undershirt under my uniform, my baseball uniform when I played, and I would always wear the same undershirt. A lot of it too is comfort. Like when you're playing, whatever makes you feel good, right? Just whatever you're wearing or whatever, that you try to do the same things over and over. And if you change anything up, it just feels odd. Like it just feels different, and it shouldn't. It probably doesn't, but you feel like it affects how you play. And that was a lot of my thing playing. As a fan, it's just like you have no control over it. So it's just like, well, we'll see what happens. And I always think the worst. I'm such a bad fan, and like I'll rather not watch a lot of the times.
Oh, that's crazy. Recently, your favorite baseball team didn't get to move forward, but I was watching clips of the Yankee game. Was it Yankee Phillies?
No, Yankees Astros.
Yankees Astros, and then now it's Astros Phillies.
Yes.
And so there was a group of must have been Dominican people, and they've got a güiro, they've got a whole band, and every time someone's up to bat, they're like, and it's like the last one, and it's boom, they out, and then they're all pissed off, and then like they throw the güiro, they throw all their musical instruments, like, this is bullshit, man.
Yeah.
And then they just like turn it off.
Yeah. So I know it's tough. Yeah. It's tough. I'd rather not watch the highs and the lows. Like I can't handle it. My heart can't handle it.
It's too stressful.
I care too much, and I don't like that I care too much, but I do. I can't help it. With the Dodgers, I mean, everything else, it's lesser. LAFC is getting up there for me too, just because like Ivan and I have been invested, since pretty early on.
Yeah.
So, but
I get it.
Yeah.
So I found a website that has the 30 strangest superstitions in sports history. Would you like to hear some of these?
I want to hear I want to hear every other superstition just to mess with Enrique.
Every other one.
But then you do one, and then
don't say it in order.
No, it's one at the end,
and then one.
You jump back and forth.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna say no. Is Nomar Garciaparra there with his batting glove?
That's number 30.
Routine?
He's actually number 30.
Yeah. He had a really weird. Every time he went up to bat with his gloves, before he got in the batter's box, he would like do this routine with his gloves like this, with the straps on his batting glove, and he would do this and he'd tap this
and tap his toes.
Yeah, and then he would tap his toes like that and get in the batter's box every time. And it was like that was just him, and he did it like he probably did it as a kid. growing up, and
Yeah.
he just did it every time he went to bat.
And that one's number 30 because I don't think it's that strange.
It's just
I think it's just persistent, right?
yeah.
Double six. All right, well then let's do the
Yeah.
10. Top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let me go down
10,
to
10 to 1, please, Stevens.
I got you.
Okay,
you.
thank you.
This is not our list.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
so at
So
number 10,
it's not a list that matters. Is what I'm hearing.
yeah.
at number 10, NASCAR has several superstitions, but most notably doesn't allow peanut shells on the track.
Because they sound to
That
this
doesn't
bitch.
seem like a weird superstition. That just seems like safety.
I was so afraid you were gonna say they don't allow penises on the.
Oh, did I misread it? No.
Oh, that's
It kind of sounded. It started to sound
No,
like that. I'm like,
there's
what?
only
What?
like a few drivers that don't even have penises.
Penis.
That's most of what's out there.
Okay. If anything, they do allow penises on.
That's
Too
it's a
It's
many.
sausage
true.
fest.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
So a couple ones that show in there. There's no green cars since the considered bad luck. No driver carries $50 bills, as they're also considered bad luck. I don't know why. Why would you need money while you're in the car?
Because he wants hot dogs.
They probably don't. They probably don't
Otro,
carry them
four.
in their regular life, right? They probably just don't ever carry $50
maybe.
bills. Yeah.
Maybe. And
Yeah.
then there are no peanut shells permitted on the track. Any other peanut product is fine, just no shells are allowed. This is due to crashes that happened decades ago where peanut shells were found in the wrecks of drivers who had died.
Oh, I thought it's because Dale Earnhardt was allergic to peanuts, and they're like, nah, man, I'm the Intimidator. You can't do that to me.
That one's an interesting one. Yeah, safety, that's what I would think. All right, number 9 is Vladimir Guerrero has his teammates help him dirty his own helmet.
Oh, that thing is gross looking. It's not when it wasn't even red when it was with the Angels. It was just all black and then
Yeah.
the red trim or the red
Yeah.
brim.
Yeah.
Number 8 is John Henderson loves getting slapped across the face on game day.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
That is so
That's weird. That's weird. That could definitely go in the weird category.
he's
Hey,
up
I haven't
by
been hit today. Hit me.
by a different lady in every city.
Number 7, Barry Fry peed in the corners of his home soccer stadium in order to get rid of evil spirits.
I think they was just
That's
drunk.
weird. No, that could be weird.
That is weird. Number 6, Jason Giambi and his teammates wear a gold thong to bust out of slumps.
Okay. It's a Jason Johnny.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. Let's move on.
Allegedly.
You don't want to
I
talk
think,
about.
guys-
You don't want to talk about the thong. Is that
Guys,
because you wear a thong?
No.
Listen, I felt like we were in a slump, so right now I'm just wearing Mr. Sacco.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, what brought that on? Well, who came up with the idea of everything you could do?
He probably wore one when he got out of a slump once and was like, "That was the thing, right?"
But why?
Just
but
like
why
you
did
said.
he? But why did he
I don't
wear
know.
one? Why
Listen.
did he decide on the thong?
Hey,
He was with a different lady in a city, and they stole his chonies, and they only left gold thongs. He's like, "Look, I can wear this or nothing," and he's like, "I'm wearing this because I need some comfort. I need cradling."
And he
Hey,
hit
guess
he
for,
what?
likes to
Gotta
show
be
off
hit.
those round cheeks.
and he hit for the cycle that day. Amazing.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Number 5, Turk Wendell brushed his teeth in the dugout and chewed licorice while he pitched.
Yeah, I've heard this one before.
Again, that's not too weird.
No, it's just he likes clean teeth.
Why did he brush his teeth in the dugout in the first place?
Listen, I think if you switch it, it doesn't sound as weird. He had licorice, and then he brushed his teeth.
That's true.
Right?
I think
I
it's
don't
one of
know.
those comfort things, right? He was probably sitting there like, just fell off, and he just, you know how
He's
you
like-
feel, just you feel cleaner and better when right after you brush your
Sure.
teeth. So
A fresh
it's
mouth.
probably, yeah.
Sure. Number 4, Kevin Romberg refused to turn right and had to touch any player that touched him first.
That's just OCD.
That is OCD.
Maybe.
That sounds like OCD. Like, I hope he was able to get over that or find some sort of comfort or relief.
It says Kevin Romberg wasn't in the big leagues for very long at all. In fact, he wasn't all that good of a player. The only reason baseball historians ever bring him up is because he was exceptionally weird.
Wow.
He was just a
Poor
weird
guy.
dude.
Poor
Yeah.
guy. Number 3, a soccer team bathed in a crocodile and hippo-infested river before a game, and it went just as well as you might expect.
Yeah.
This is a pregame ritual that happened only once, but it bears mentioning.
Yeah. I did.
He's like, yeah.
So it's not, you can't really count that as a superstition, right? I mean, that was just some dumbasses with a stupid idea.
That was a one-time thing, not a superstition.
That's not superstition. Yeah.
Number 2 is Sergio Goycochea.
Going with it.
Relieved himself before every penalty kick taken against him.
In his pants?
I'm looking. Let's see. Keeper.
That's kind of gross. Oh, but if he got the goals, cool.
He was a
Sergio
goalie,
has
right?
appeared in several soccer highlight reels, making spectacular saves on penalty kicks. Did he do anything to give himself an edge? Why? Yes, he did. Before every single kick taken against him, he would empty his bladder right on the pitch. That's right. He peed before every kick taken against him. If you've got to get penalty kicks, how are you peeing?
He's
every
peeing in
kick?
his pants. He's peeing in his. He's
got a
in his
jug and
undies.
he's just drinking from it.
But you're only peeing a little bit so that you can keep it for the next one?
Oh,
What's happening?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Like once I'd pee, I wouldn't have to pee again for a while, so you're just peeing a little bit?
I'd probably.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That one's just gross.
Yeah.
Well, and then the last one is even grosser.
Okay.
Lyoto Machida drinks his
UFC?
own pee every single day. He's an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day.
Every
I've heard
day.
there's a Mexican boxer that drank his pee leading up to a fight once. I don't know if he did it multiple times, or for multiple fights, but I know he for one of them. I guess it's supposed to be good for you. I don't know, like.
Yeah, he says he's a proponent of urine therapy and believes it has medicinal qualities. People think it's a joke. I never said it in the United States because I don't know how the fans will react. I drink my urine every morning like a natural medicine. But he's not filtering it or anything?
Hard pass.
No, they don't. They just
No, and he has asparagus the night before too, so it's awesome.
No,
He's like, hold on.
Oh no.
No.
You can tell I haven't had asparagus today.
It's very clear.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow, like that's. I don't know if I had the testicular fortitude to drink my pee every day, or to pee my pants every day. Like that is just weird. You know what? I feel like I would have to be changing constantly. It's like, but you know what? It's Halloween, and it is all about changing who you are. So I wanted to ask you if there were any Halloween costumes that you ever wore that stood out, or was there a Halloween costume you wanted to wear, but let's be real, like some of us didn't grow up with a lot of money, couldn't afford?
I mean, for me, the costumes that I don't know about anything that I ever wanted to be, because I was never big into getting dressed up because I'm just boring and not fun.
It's just not your thing. That's all.
No,
doesn't mean you're boring.
It was
And
fun.
it doesn't mean you're not fun. Just means you don't like Halloween.
Thank you, Stevens. I appreciate it.
No,
as a kid, I definitely dressed up. You know, as a kid, you partake with your other friends just as a thing to do. I'm saying more like as an adult. I just it's more of a. I'll do it for my wife because they like to do the group things. But I've always liked the costumes that are not obvious, and are pretty creative. So a few years back, people were I don't know if there were multiple people, but I saw a person dressed. They had an England flag shirt on, just a regular T-shirt, with the flag, and they had a exit sign hanging from their neck, and that's all they wore. And like, what is that? Well, they were
Brexit?
Dressed up as Brexit. Yeah, and that was their costume. So I'm a fan of stuff like that. That's like you kind of like put stuff that exists together that actually makes it kind of works for something else. It's like, oh, that's cool. That's unique. I like the uniqueness of it. And then, because I feel like if you're going to do something that's obvious, you have to really go for it, right? You can do it, but it's a pretty big commitment. And I feel like you have to have the body for it, depending on what you're trying to dress up as. So it's just, it can be easy and difficult at the same time. But I like the unique stuff like that, the creative stuff like that. I've been a fan of that stuff. I like that kind of stuff.
Nice, man. Yeah. You know what? I don't think you should limit yourself body-wise because unless people pay your bills, ain't no one have anything to say.
I know.
Realistically, you know what? Other people may not, but I kind of admire Lizzo for that. For being like, you know what? I am who I am. You
I love that it's like she gives no fuck. That's her. Like whatever.
Yeah. But I get you. Like
I'm saying, like certain costumes that have a look. You can dress up as anything. You can get anything in any size. But I'm just saying, like if you really want to nail the look, sometimes it's I
think sometimes when it's off brand, like those make the even better costume. It's like, oh, you're Superman. If he had lost his, if Lois Lane had gone away and you were just eating donuts. No, I understand what you're saying. One year, Orozco and I were going to dress up as the baseball Furies from the Warriors, the movie The Warriors. And so we went to Sports Authority or Dick's Sporting Goods, and we're looking for pants. And their look is essentially like a Yankees uniform, right? Like gray with the pinstripes.
Uh-huh.
And so we go and we find the pants, and then I put them. Rose comes out. He's like, "Yeah, this good." He's like, "Yeah, man." So I put mine on, and bro, I look like Fernando Valenzuela going up to the pitching mound, dude. I was like, "Oh no, guess what? I'm not dressing up as this today," just because, I need to be comfortable the entire day. If it's just for a little bit, cool, but this was not a good look for me.
Right.
I might go back and maybe like if I pad it out, put like a fake butt in there, maybe. But that was not one of my favorite costumes. I will tell you, when I was a kid in Bakersfield, at the Valley Plaza Mall, they used to have trick or treating, like a safe trick or treat, and every store would give you candy. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
They would kind of close the mall for about an hour, and then everybody could go. And so one year as a kid, I saw 4 people dressed as the Ghostbusters. And it blew my mind. I don't remember how accurate the costumes were. In my mind, the Ghostbusters were in the mall. And that was awesome. And so for the longest time, I wanted to dress up as a Ghostbuster. But, I didn't know how. And thankfully, there's nerds on the internet that got together and they dressed up as Ghostbusters for a convention. So a couple years ago, Super Producer Stevens, Orozco, and myself, we dressed up as Ghostbusters for work. And we can't just show up with rando store-bought costumes. So we sourced the flight suits. We sourced patches. We had our names embroidered on our name tags. And in about 2 weeks, my dad and I built 3 proton packs. It was insane, dude. And that one was to the wire. We were up at 2 o'clock in the morning painting, putting stuff together. The packs we built were made out of wood and 3D printed. They are so heavy. We still have them.
And weird stuff that you find that was just the shape of the thing. I think we had metal cans on there with plastic whatever, pieces of something we found.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so I finally got my wish, and a few months later, I added sound to that proton pack. So you turn it on, and you can walk around and listen to this. It'll play the song from Ghostbusters, the theme song, but it'll also light up. And I essentially made a giant toy for myself. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Stevens, do you have any costumes? I'm so used to wearing my hat that I was going to grab the brim right now and pull it down, but it's the mask.
Are you hot, by the way, right now? Are you hot? Are you kind of toasty? No, you're
man.
good?
I grew my hair out just for you.
All right, cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I don't know. Like I've always dressed up, and I love getting in the spirit. I haven't always been. When we were younger, my mom was like, "Look, if you're going to dress up, you need to be scary because Halloween's all about the scares."
Okay.
So when we were young, we would be like mummies and witches and vampires, right? And so we wrapped my sister up one year. That was fun to help make. We wore the plastic, the plastic ones with the mask, the Ben Cooper type things. So I loved that as a kid.
I'm doing the finger thing. That means money.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone grew up with money.
Wow.
But it was also passed down. So if I was something, and then a year later, my sister would be that or whatever.
My mom once made me a death outfit, like the Grim Reaper, and she made it big. So guess what I was for like 40 years.
Yes, exactly. So
when I was 6 or 7, real quick, I'll let you finish. But when I was 6 or 7, I straight up put on just a white sheet over my head.
Yes.
And did that 1 year.
That's my favorite.
However, you were in Texas and you were trying to fit in with some friends. So I don't know what that means, bro.
That was LA.
I was in Bow Heights. I was 6 or 7. This is before I moved.
That's even worse. Walking around, you're like, ah.
But I remember a bunch
money.
of all my cousins were going trick or treating. We were like, my parents didn't buy me a costume, whatever, And so I'm sure someone was like, just throw a sheet over yourself. You'll be a ghost. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Well, we did those like a couple years, but most of the stuff was handmade and you just found stuff.
Yeah.
Like I was a bait. So once I got older and my mom she was like, do what you're going to do. So then I was like the baby and the cute things.
Yeah, not the scary stuff.
Yeah. And then when you're an adult, you go through this period of there's not really opportunities to dress for a while. But then the last 10 years hanging around with these guys, I get to dress all the time, which I love. So
yeah, that's cool.
Ghostbusters was really awesome. We were zombies. We've been pirates. We've been Stranger Things was cool because we had a whole cast of people. Like it was the whole was that season 3? Like we invited people to do all kinds of stuff and everybody did something different. So we had, I think, probably like 12, 13 people that joined our group and did something.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I like it when people want to do things together. Like I like,
it makes it more fun when more people get involved and you can actually, and to have it come through. And actually,
where everybody looks good and everybody like it fits and that and you're right, Abarca. Like I completely agree. Like I wasn't meaning to try this earlier, trying to say like, oh, don't be something if you don't, whatever. Like, cause like you can like there's something that you like, a show or something that comes out and you're like, oh, that's fucking cool. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like do what you got to do, right? Like if that's what you want to do.
Just don't be a baseball fury. That's it.
Because like
that's my only recommendation.
Well, because even like families that do the group stuff, it does it like you can have the baby be. They don't have to dress up as something that a baby dresses up as. They could be anything, right? It's the same idea.
Like a miniature stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, we've been working all month long, my family and I, on making a tiny stormtrooper armor for my nephew. There's a picture on screen somewhere. And so my sister is dressing up as a Death Star because she's pregnant. And my brother-in-law is going to be Darth Vader. So they have a little escort to walk them around.
That's cool. Did you guys ever watch the show? I don't think it was even on a full season. Maybe just one season for sure. It was called Wilfred.
Is that the Elijah Wood thing?
Yeah.
With the dog.
Yeah. With the big.
Yes.
So when that show came out, I really enjoyed that show. I like it. It landed with me, like my kind of humor. And I wanted that year. I wanted to find that dog costume, and I wanted to be that for Halloween. and I never got to be like I never found it. I never really tried that hard either, but I did have the idea. I'm like, dude, that would be kind of cool, and that would be
Let's
one.
do
that,
it, Enrique.
Dude, like if we could find that and just people won't know who the hell I am. I'm just a dog, but.
Doesn't matter.
Is that Elijah
Someone
Wood?
will know. I was going to say someone will
the
know.
dog?
Someone, I mean, that would be cool.
Especially if we go to a con or whatever at some point, right? Like you can do that, and people will know. People will know what you're trying to do
because it's a specific,
stuff, right?
Yeah. Now I think that would be cool. So that was one. That would be one that I would love to find and actually do because it's just a black. Not black. It's like a grayish. I'll try to put a picture on the video, but it's just a big dog costume, and you just paint your nose black, and that's it.
Make that suit, Enrique.
That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Speaking of
what's something that you guys have always wanted to do that you never have and still would like to do?
That I would. I don't know, man. I've dressed as Michael Myers. Oh, actually, yeah, I know. I've been trying to get Orozco to be Freddy Krueger and actually do a prosthetic makeup on him. Okay. And have me, because I'm the taller one, be Jason.
Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah, cool. And then not just have a Jason mask on, but you take the mask off and it's the zombie decayed Jason. So that's what I want to do.
Cool.
I don't
Can't
know
wait
if there's
to see
something. I would like to. Well, I would like to do something from the Haunted Mansion. That will be a goal as one day.
So just like one of the characters?
Yeah.
One of the 999 ghosts?
Yeah, one of the ghosts.
Is that how many there is?
Yes, then there's room for one more.
Yes. There's always room for one more.
Yes. And playful spooks have detained your vehicle.
Yeah. Like it'd be cool to make like if you were the like Constance on the gravestone, right?
Yeah.
So like your feet could be in the gravestone and then you manage her to walk over or whatever. Or if you're the three dudes on top of each other, that kind of thing. Yeah. I think it'd be cool to be like to represent a portrait.
Or even like how the ushers dress, right? When you're going into the room? Like
they're butlers.
Oh, are they? Okay, sorry, I don't know.
Butlers and maids, sir. Right, we just lost the haunt community. Yeah. Great. No, hey, what if we turned you into Voltron?
Ooh,
that would be cool. How could we do that?
Well,
we work for a long time.
I learned how to make stuff out of foam this month.
Yeah,
and I'm down. You have to make the pattern.
Let's plan. Let's put a plan together for next year. So we got time. Give ourselves some time, and we'll unveil it on the special Halloween episode next 2023.
Ooh.
And if we don't do that, he's going to have the Voltron head, and then it's just a little. He's dressed in black, and he's just got a little toy body.
Yeah. Look, we're not guaranteeing anything here. We're just we're not making any promises set in stone or anything. But that would be cool. I think that would be fun.
Just saying, man. Oh man, you know what? I love Halloween. It is my favorite.
Is it
time
your favorite?
Of the year. Yeah, dude. I like Halloween more than Christmas. Let me tell you why. Sometimes, not necessarily all the time, not necessarily in your families, but people get together for Christmas because they're supposed to get together for Christmas. And in some cases, people feel obligated to give gifts and be cordial when the rest of the year you're not. And I find that hypocritical, right? I find it. Oh my God, Manny's coming! Oh shoot! Okay, hey, go to the other room. What do we got? Or go to the Walgreens, stupid. Look, come on, let's go get the gift.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, Jovan Musk. I didn't know they still made this, but thank you.
Yeah.
But Halloween, for Halloween, you can be anybody you want. You're unhappy. You know what? Dress up as a clown. Put a smile on someone's face, or don't scare them, right? But it's the only holiday where you dress up as a weirdo and you go from house to house, and people gleefully they give you stuff.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh my God, you came. Like, no. You're like, whoa, you're Ghostface, and you're Chucky, and then you're just an adult with the bandana on. Here, have some candy. As long as you say the magic words, right? Trick or treat. Here you go. Here you go. So I think
it also tickles like your creative, juices, right? Like it gets your creative juices going. You guys are very creative people, so that's like my Christmas, right? It's like you get to use your creativity and come up with stuff and create stuff, and the accomplishment of you guys, being of creating something and seeing the final product. I mean, I bet it's like fucking great. So yeah, I get it. I get it.
I'll shoot you the picture once we're off of this costume.
Yeah,
literally last night.
I've seen a few, but yeah, show me the one you were working on, because I saw when you started it. Yeah,
and then so it's done. Last night they were just gluing in the little eyepieces, and he's good to go. We're trying to. I wish we would have finished earlier, because a lot of the trick or treat stuff happened earlier in the week.
Yeah, there was stuff like Thursday and Wednesday. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well that's just dumb, because it should be Saturday. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or the day of, people. But no, you know what? Some people say, Halloween is. There's too much hype. It happens earlier every year. I want it to be Halloween. I want every day to be Halloween, really. But lately, there's a lot of movies that are coming out or that have been announced that are really, really hyped up. There is one movie called Terrifier 2.
I heard about this.
Terrifier 2 supposedly is an insane movie. They're only showing it in select cities. I think maybe just Los Angeles right now. And it is a movie so gory that it's making people throw up and leave the theater. And it kind of makes me not want to watch this movie, because I think that the hype is going to be too much, and I won't be able to handle it. Like, I won't like it because of it. I hate it when Orozco tells me about a movie, and then I won't watch it because he hypes it up, and then I watch it, and it doesn't hit the way it hits other people. For me, it was Logan. Logan didn't hit with me the way it hit everybody. And for me, it was because the source material was just way better and could not have been done when that movie was done. Is there any movie that was super hyped up that just didn't do it for you?
Stevens, you got one? I know I have one. I can't think of it at the moment.
No, I have a hard time with this because I enjoy movies. I think we've talked about this a little bit too, right? Like, I'm not very critical of what I watch, and I pretty much like everything. So there are times where people hype something up and they're like, oh my God, it's going to be so good. And I'm like, well, okay, it was good. But I don't get super disappointed because I like almost everything I see. Like, there's always something redeeming. There's only been a few movies where I'm super critical, but I'm super critical in a way that I enjoy, because I know that movie was made for that reason. Like Santa Jaws, right? We talked about Santa Jaws early on, I think. That movie is not good. It's not meant to be good.
Yeah.
No one hyped it up for me. We just saw it randomly passing one day. But I'm super critical of that because it's such baloney. But then, like, now I can talk about it and go, oh my God, that's so fun. So, like, there's nothing ever where I would get disappointed and not like something, or I don't want it to be overhyped. In fact, like you talking about Terrifier 2, I've heard other things about the movie, and not that it's making people throw up. So now I'm kind of like, okay, well, I'm intrigued to go see. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely have that problem where I'll go in with high expectations, and it's just like you say, Barca, it's never going to meet those expectations. And it doesn't mean the movie is not good. It just didn't click at the moment, I'm more impressed when I go see a movie that has been hyped up and I go watch it and it hits. And I'm like, dang, that was actually fucking awesome. Like, yeah, I agree. Like, and for me, the most recent one was Top Gun, the new Top Gun. I mean, everybody I would hear talk about that movie, like, this movie's amazing. Wow, it's so good. It's wow, this and that. And of course, I want to watch it because I'm hearing good things, but I'm going in with super high expectations. Like, I'm expecting this thing to be crazy good, and it still managed to surprise me in a way where I wasn't expecting the movie. I expected to, because I had heard it was going to do certain things like the original, but the movie still surprised me in other ways where I came out thinking, wow, that was really fun. It was really, really fun. Yeah. And I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm I'm like superheroed out. Like, every action movie we've seen lately is a superhero movie, right? And this was not that. It was just some dudes flying planes, and it was just real. It was just real people and real stories. So maybe that's what I really enjoyed about it. Maybe that's what hit with everybody else too, with the majority of the audience. So I don't know. There is definitely a movie that was super hyped, and I watched it, and I just did not. I just can't think of it. I'm sorry. I'll try to think of it.
Nice. Okay, so 2 movies are coming up. One in a couple days. One next month, or in by the time you listen to this, so yes, it'll be next month. Avatar 2, The Shape of Water, Wakanda Forever.
When is Avatar 2 coming? Is Avatar 2 coming out this year?
In December, yeah.
Okay.
Avatar 2 comes out in December, man. They are pushing the toys already. There's going to be Frosted Flakes has their own Avatar flakes. Like they turned Tony the Tiger into one of the Na'vi. So I thoroughly enjoyed the first Avatar. I know Orozco did, but it seems like everybody that watched that movie was like so amazed at the time, and then nobody ever talked about it again. Unless you're like, hey, remember that 3D movie? And you're like, oh yeah, dude, that was amazing. Yeah. And then, so I don't know how this movie's gonna be. I know that James Cameron just gives us the hits.
Yeah.
So there's something about what he does that makes people want to go watch that movie.
I thought of the movie.
Okay.
I thought of the movie. This is exactly the movie I was so hyped up for this movie because I'm such a big fan of Quentin Tarantino. And I was hearing good things, and I went to go see this movie, super hyped up to go see this movie, and I fucking hated it. It was Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You didn't like it?
I did not like it. Now, I need to rewatch it. I understand why I didn't watch it, or why I didn't like it. I understand why, because the ending just kind of threw me off, and the pacing of the movie also. I wasn't expecting the pacing. Like, there's super long like shots of Brad Pitt in the car just driving around, and I was getting bored. I was like, this is fucking boring. Like, Quentin Tarantino, like, what's going on? But there were beautiful shots. But I just, I was in my mind, I was already seeing a different movie. And so when I watched it, I did not like it. And me and my wife, I went to watch it with my wife, and we walked out like, did that kind of suck? She was like, yeah, that kind of sucked ass. Like, wow, okay. So did you guys watched it, right? You guys enjoyed it, right?
I enjoyed the movie. I see the homages and I see what he's doing.
You're right.
And I feel that his audience isn't, like, these movies aren't meant for teenagers, right? They're not meant for 20-year-olds because of the way they're edited. It's like he's got a certain rhythm, and it's a very old rhythm. So if you're kind of used to these movies, then you're like, oh, okay, this is like a 70s movie that's going to take a while. It's a little slow burn. But someone said, hey, just because it's a slow burn shouldn't mean that it's boring or shouldn't mean that nothing's going on.
I agree. I agree 100%, but yeah.
My problem with the movie is more, I either want to know more about Charles. I thought it was a Charles Manson movie.
Right.
And it turned out it wasn't, right? They are superfluous characters in this. Well, not superfluous, because they actually try and go murder stuff. It's like I want to see more Manson, or I want to see more Brad Pitt, and kind of how he got involved with Leonardo DiCaprio and kind of his life. And it, like Michael, like the last Halloween, it's two different movies, And I want to see either of them. And together, it may not be the most successful matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, like the ending of that movie is fucking amazing. Like it lands very well. That ending is classic Tarantino shit, right? It's like it's shocking and it's like it's fucking amazing. It's great.
Yeah.
But leading up to that, it just was not for me. And I haven't rewatched it, and I've been meaning to see how I kind of like it. If I like it better. But yeah, that was one where it was just too hyped, and people love that movie. Like a lot of people say it's one of his best movies. To me, Kill Bill is like my favorite Tarantino movie. I mean, he's got so many good ones, you know. It's just, but yeah, man, that was one that I remember here recently. Like, it just, I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. The ending was cool, and then he did something different with the movie. But I think what ruined that movie for me was the marketing. Like you said, Abarca, they marketed this movie as a Manson movie.
Yes. And when you don't get that, right? Or you get it, but you get the
like he's there.
I felt like it was going to be, this is Quentin Tarantino's version of Charles Manson. We get inside his mind, and you see this weird kind of acid trip, and we don't get it. And
I know.
I don't know. It could have been better. And again, Steven says, look, there's a lot of good in movies, even the bad ones. But you know what? A movie that is not bad is a little movie we watched this week called Blade 2. But before we get to Blade 2, guys, remember, we are, for the next 4 weeks, we are splitting our episodes in two. After those 4 weeks, we're going to decide if we are going to continue this format or just to give you one big, giant movie. But you guys got to watch. You guys got to hit the like, subscribe button so we know what you guys want. Enrique, where can they find our social medias?
If you want to find all of our social media links, our links to the podcast, please go to our link tree, linktr.ee/Gung-Fu Super Bros.
That's right, guys. So, if this is the only one you're watching, on behalf of Orozco, who's not here, goodbye. Mahalo from me, Enrique.
Bye.
And Super Producer Stevens.
Bye.
All right, folks. But if you're going to stay for us on this ride, just keep listening, or we'll see you on Wednesday.